Ahoy hoy! Welcome back to my channel. So my last video, I was reviewing an article that was written back in 1958 about how to get a husband. And I did the first 60, so I'm going to try to see how many more I can do. I'm hoping this doesn't turn into like a 3-parter thing. So I'm hoping to get all the rest of them done today. So, back under the category, how to look good to him, we continue with 61. And of course, I will link the description of the article, Alonzo Lerone's video that I got this idea from, and my last video, all in the description box. So let's continue. 61. When you're with him, order your steak where? No, I won't order any steak. Or I'll order whatever the hell I feel like eating. How about that? 62. Don't tell him about your allergies. Why the hell not? If you are allergic to something and it's life-threatening, you should tell someone about it. And if they don't like you because of that, they're not the right person for you. That's simple. 63. European women use their eyes to good advantage. Practice in front of a mirror. I wouldn't say it's just a European woman thing, but it could be anybody. I use my eyes to my advantage. Although I gotta say, eyes is probably my number one feature that I look for. I really like people's eyes and stuff, so there's something about them. Like, you can, if they're very great, you can see into someone's soul, and I just love that. That probably sounded very dark than I intended it. But anyway, eyes are my favorite feature. 64. Buy a full-length mirror and take a good look before you go greet him. That's probably not a bad idea. I could use a full-length mirror right now myself. 65. Change the shade of your stockings and be sure to keep the seams straight. I ain't wearing stockings. I know people wore them back then, but I ain't wearing them now. 66. Get that fresh scrub look by scrubbing. Wow. I would say take care of your face is okay. 67. If he has brought you any trinket or accessory, wear it. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Although he should wear things that you buy him too. Use the ashtray. Don't crush out cigarettes in coffee cups. That is actually a good tidbit if you are a smoker, but it seems like smoking is going down a lot these days. So vaping is the new thing, and I don't know. And in Sweden, most people use snuff, so I don't know. That you can definitely tell that's a little bit out of date. 69. Polish up on making introductions. Learn to do them gracefully. That's not really a bad idea. I mean, it's not just for him, but it's for anybody, especially if you do a job interview or something, to make sure you have a good introduction and stuff. 70. Don't be too fussy. That's a good one. 71. Stick to your moral standards. 72. Don't whine. Girls who whine stay on the vine. Oh, not all women are like that, but it could be annoying to be around them. I will give you that. Although anybody who whines a lot is very annoying to be around. Now we're on to a different category. How to land him. 73. Show him you can have fun on a cheap date, but don't overdo it. This one in general is not a bad idea. I don't think that every single date has to be expensive, but I don't get what they're saying with don't overdo it, though. 74. Don't let your parents treat him like a potential husband. Well, why not? If you're dating somebody and you're hoping to be with them, why not let your parents treat him like a potential husband? Especially if you want him to be your husband. 75. Ask your parents to disappear when you're entertaining. That won't happen. My parents are like, this is my house. I'm going to be here if I want. But my parents did give me alone time when I did have a date over, so yeah. Unless that date was not going well. But that rarely happened at my house. 76. Double date with a gay, happily married couple. Let him see what it's like. Now, Gay back in that time meant happy. Gay used to mean happy. They're not saying date a don't go on a double date with the same gendered couple. Although I don't see how that's bad either. Where am I at now? 77. Tell his friends nice things about him. Not a bad idea. 78. Send his mother a birthday card. 79. Ask his mother for her recipes. I think people were more guarded over their recipes back then. But if there's something I like my mother-in-law making, I would certainly ask her for the recipe and stuff. 80. Talk to his father about business and agree that taxes are too high. Considering what my significant other is, I doubt that my significant other disagrees about that anyway. Considering his political affiliation. So, and my father-in-law is dead now, so I can't talk to him about anything really. But I don't think I would ever talk to a guy's father about that. It's too political, and when you're dating someone, politics should not be on the table. I mean, that's a bad thing to say. Like, I would not get in a political discussion with someone's family member when I'm first dating somebody. I will wait until later to do that. As for someone, especially nowadays, it's not hard to miss someone's political affiliation. And in a way, if you're very passionate about politics or certain issues, yeah, you should bring that up with them. So I did a little oopsie earlier and decided to add that to clarify what I meant and stuff. 81. Buy his sister's children an occasional present. That's good, a little bit. Yeah, that's if she has children at that point. But yeah, nothing wrong with buying his nieces or nephews anything. 82. On the first date, tell him you aren't thinking of getting married. Well, I don't know why someone would do that anyway, because if you do that, it feels rushed, and someone knows you're a little bit desperate, and I don't think desperation is a attractive quality and stuff, because when people are trying too hard, people can tell, and they're not really keen on that, unless they're desperate too. Sorry guys, I keep sniffing. My nose is beginning to get stuffed up. 80. Where did I leave off at? Oh yeah, 83. Don't talk about how many children you want. I don't see how that's a bad conversation to have, though, because you want to see if your potential mate is on the same page as you are. Do they want to have kids? Do they want to have no kids? I think that conversation is important to have with someone, because then if they don't want kids, or they only want a certain amount of kids and you want a different amount of kids, then you're either going to have to do some major compromising, or you're going to find someone else who's on the same page as you. That's unfortunate, though. Where am I now? 84. If he's a fisherman, learn to scale and clean fish. Mine's not, so I don't have to worry about that. And I kind of agree with what Alonzo Lerone said. It seemed like back then a lot of men were fishermen. And that was most certainly the case with a lot of places on the Chesapeake Bay back in my state, because that's their central income, was wherever they got out of the bay. But that was probably most likely back then than now. Though you still have fishermen and crabs and oystermen and the Chesapeake these days. But anywho, 85. Don't tell him everything about yourself at the start. Hold something in reserve. I kind of agree with that one a little bit. 86. When you're out strolling with him, don't insist on stopping at every shop window. He doesn't have to worry about that with me. I'm not a shopper. 87. Don't tell him how much your clothes cost. I don't do that anyway. That's flexing too much. 88. Learn to sew and wear something you have made yourself. I had to do that in home ec, and I did make some stuff for the Red Cross and Burroughs, once upon a time, but I'm not much of a knitter or anything because I don't have the patience for it. 89. Don't gossip about him. Yeah, I can understand that one. I mean, unless you want to talk to your friends about how good of a person he is and how much you want to be with him and stuff. 90. Never let him know he's the only one, even if you have to stay home 1 or 2 nights a week. Anyway, I can understand the logic behind this. Like, if a guy thinks you're with others, they're trying to imply that he would have to work hard to have you. But at the same time, that can backfire because if he thinks you're with other people, he may think, oh, what chance do I have and give up on you? So I don't necessarily agree with this one. You always want to make someone feel like they're the only ones if you're into that. If you're dating multiple people at one time to see who really clicks with you, I would just say you're the only one rather than imply that there's others. Of course, with me, I didn't really do that because I don't have the attention span to focus on more than one person. How am I now? 91. Don't be a pushover when he's trying to make a date. Like do they imply don't nix your plans for him or something? Something along those lines. Anyway, wherever it means, I wouldn't be that way anyway. 92. Very early in your dating, why not get a favorite song that you both regard as your own? That's not really a bad idea, although for me, I think it came later in my relationship. 93. Find out about the girls he hasn't married. Don't repeat the mistakes they made. I'm honestly don't give a shit about any of my significant other's past relationships. Not to mention, he's not interested in marriage anyway, so... But, like, for someone who is into marriage, I mean, on both sides, there's probably something, like, the girl didn't like about him to marry him for, or vice versa. And hell, it could be a simple thing that the girl did not want to get married and the guy wanted to, so... 94. Don't discuss your former boyfriends. Well, that's a bit boring because, sometimes that could be an interesting topic to discuss. I think they're worried here about if you've had a lot of boyfriends that may scare off somebody, but I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing 100% to talk about. I think it depends how secure and confident you are as a person. Like, if you're with someone who has if you have someone who has a lot of partners, or I know I said that wrong. If you have a lot of partners yourself, but your new partner doesn't, and they're the type that is insecure and not confident in themselves, I don't think I would bring it up with them. But if they're confident and secure in themselves, I don't think it's a bad issue to really talk about. I don't know. It depends on the person. I mean, sometimes someone's not interested in someone else's past, so I would get to know someone a little bit before you can or cannot talk about that thing. So. But I don't give a shit about talking about my exes with my significant other, and I don't think he gives a shit about talking about his with me. So, if 95, if you're widowed or divorced, don't constantly discuss your former husband. I can't understand though why it happens if you're a widow though. I mean, you were with them until they died, and obviously, they're always going to be a part of you. Divorce, I might be a little skeptical if that would happen. I don't know. It depends. I mean, it also depends what you're talking about with them. I know I had this happen a lot in my book, where my character did discuss her husband a lot to her new boyfriend because he did die and stuff. But I remember people like my brother criticizing me about it, so... This might be good advice in some areas, but it depends what you're saying about them and how often you talk about them and stuff. I don't know. I'm split about that piece of advice. 96. Be flexible. If you decide to skip the dance and go rowing on the lake, go, even if you're wearing your best evening gown. If I want to dance, I'm going to dance. But then again, I might go for a roll in the lake anyway. But he has to be flexible with me too. Not just me being flexible with him. 97. Hide your I can't say that. beaded Kappa key if you own one. Later on, Junior can play with it. Yeah, I was never in a sorority, so that's not an issue. Not a lot of people join sororities or fraternities or anything to begin with. 98. Turn wolves into husband material by assuming they have honor. Now, Alonzo Lerone didn't get this, and I didn't get this originally too until I read the comments on his video. Wolves are another way of saying a player. So I guess someone's trying to say that if someone's a player, try to turn them into husband material. The thing is, sometimes people are into dating and hooking up a lot when they're younger, but as they get older, they kind of get burned out on it. So it could be more of a phase than, that's a part of them, part of their personality and stuff, or part of their character. But I think it's dumb to assume that just because someone had dated a lot or was a player that they have no honor to them. It's just the way they are. Not everybody's monogamous. That's another thing. Like, not everybody's monogamous. You got non-monogamous people, and then you got people who are in poly relationships. And I gotta stress too that depending on what you are, you want to be with someone that's the same as you are, rather than being like, if you know someone's polyamorous, don't try to go out with that person. Try to go out with someone who's also monogamous. Or if you're not monogamous, also go out with someone who's not monogamous or is also poly and stuff. Be with someone who's also compatible with you, Because sometimes you can't change people. You really can't change people sometimes. 99. Resist the urge to make him over. Before marriage, that is. I kind of don't like this because it's implying that you shouldn't try to change him before marriage, but you can do it after you're married. No one's going to change unless they really want to, regardless if you're married or not. So you have to decide for yourself if you are willing to live with that person's faults and flaws and stuff. And if it drives you too crazy before marriage and it will drive you in, you see yourself being driven crazy by it after marriage, then don't marry them then. Because they're not going to change unless they truly want to change. It's getting annoying that I can't breathe out my nose now. Where the hell am I now? 100. I'm on to 100 now. Yay! Learn where to draw the line, but do it gracefully. Good one. 101. Remain innocent, but not ignorant. Somewhat okay. 102. Make your home comfortable when he calls. Large ashtrays, comfortable chairs. That's if he smokes or you smoke. But yeah, I would say make sure your house looks decent before he comes over. Although I would say make sure your house looks decent whenever anyone comes over. 103. Learn to play poker. I don't know how to play poker still, and I've been in a relationship for 16 years now. So not everybody likes poker too. 104. If he's rich, tell him you like his money. The honesty will intrigue him or scare him away. Oh, you're a gold digger. Go away. Go. Or sign the prenup now. 105. Never let him believe your career is more important to you than your marriage. I can understand that a little bit. Because, a lot of people would like to think that they're more important than someone's job. And sometimes some people don't think like that. Sometimes they think their job is more important because if they have a job, they can, have relationships so they can support their wife, husband, or whatnot, and any other children they have. But yeah, I can understand the logic behind that. Yeah. 106. Buy him an amusing or particularly appropriate present every once in a while, but don't make it too expensive. Yeah, that's okay. Although I usually get gifts for him around his birthday and Christmas, and he seems content with that. And I'm a cheap bastard anyway, so the expensive part's no issue for me. 107. Clip and mail him a funny cartoon that means something to both of you. These days, I can just message him about it on Facebook or text it on his phone. 108. Don't tell dirty stories. Aw, what the fun is in that? 109. Stop being a mama's girl. Don't let him think He'll have trouble. He'll have in-law trouble, even if you know he will. Yeah, but you can have in-law trouble even if you're not a mama's girl, or a daddy's girl, or a mama's boy or daddy's boy. 110. Point out to him that the death rate of single men is twice that of married men. That would not make my SO care one bit. He does not care about that. So that would not work on him or anyone else who doesn't want to get married. New category, and we're getting down to the wire. Wild ideas, anything goes. 111, go to Yale. Yeah, if you have the money to, and you can pass all their entrance exams. Yeah, if they have any. 112, get a hunting license. But I don't want to hunt, so no. 113, if your mother is fat, oh geez, tell him you take after your father. If he's fat too, tell him you're adopted. Oh, how nice of you. Yeah, if my parents are fat, and I'm skinny, I'm adopted. God damn, what a dumbass thing to imply. Yeah, because fat is totally genetic all the damn time. Let's ignore any eating disorder like binge eating, or, that they have trouble losing weight and shit. God damn, this shit is so callous sometimes. 114, stow away on a battleship. Oh yeah, that'll end well for ya. 115, rent a billboard and post your picture and telephone number on it. Oh yes, a good way to attract serial killers to you. Yes, or rapists. Yeah. 116, just as stupid. Paint your name and number on roof and say, give me a buzz, pilots, because pilots are totally focused on every single roof of the house that they fly over. They're more focused on trying not to crash as they're landing or taking off. 117, start a whispering campaign on how sought after you are. A whispering campaign? Oh, you're like trying to brag and see how men are after you and stuff? Oh, yeah. If someone isn't confident in themselves, they are probably most likely not going to go after you. So, and they think that you're not attainable, so you might want to keep that in mind. 118, sink at a fashionable beach at high noon. Oh, yeah! Intentionally trying to drown yourself. What happens if no one sees you? And can you imagine the story behind that? Oh, we met because your mother drowned herself intentionally just so she can get a man. Yeah, that does not reek of desperation at all. 119, ride the airport bus back and forth from the airport. Yeah, it would cost money, unfortunately. Although I can see how fun that could be at the same time. 120, bribe Ferris wheel operator to get you stuck at the top of the Ferris wheel. Yeah, nothing to invoke your fear of heights than trying to get a man. And I don't know if anyone would do that. But yeah. 121, stand on a busy street corner with a lasso. To hang yourself with? Oh, you mean like the cap? Or like, that would look kind of morbid, and that might actually draw more attention than just a potential husband. 122, carry a camera and ask strange, handsome men if they would mind snapping your picture. That could work a little bit, but I'm not sure how that would get you a guy. I mean, if this has worked before, let me know, please, in the comments. Oh God, this is driving me nuts. I can't breathe through my nose now. 123, ask your mother to take in male boarders. Oh yes, that would be so lovely to have a male boarder into your house. Yeah, like that, nothing can go wrong there. And also this implies that you still live at home. What happens if you're living by yourself? And not to mention, yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Sorry. 124, make and sell toupees. Bald men are easy catches. No. I will say there are some attractive bald men out there. I will say that right now, so I don't need to do that. 125, advertise for male co-owner of a boat. Yeah, get a stranger to partially co-own a boat for you that might try to swindle you in the end by stealing your boat that you paid a lot of money for. No. Get one with your husband or your boyfriend, at least. 126. If you see a man with a flat, offer to fix it. That's if you know how to fix it. 127. Carry a tow chain in the trunk of your automobile. I can't talk now, guys. I'm sorry. My nose is so stuffed up that it's messing up my talking abilities. Carry a tow chain in the trunk of your automobile. That is not actually a bad idea, but that can help you in other situations other than trying to land a guy. 128. Let it be known in your office that you have a button box and will sew on bachelor's loose buttons. That's not much of an issue anymore these days. 129. Don't marry him if he has too many loose buttons. Do they mean that literally or metaphorically? I mean, if he has a lot of loose ends in his head, yes, I agree with that, but with loose buttons on his shirt. Well, that's about it. What did you guys think about all this? If you like this video, hit like. If you subscribe, I'll be delighted, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.